Big news just the other day. Flash came out with an apology video and announced that he is returning to streaming as well as competing in StarCraft 1. If you don't know Flash and you've been living under a rock, he is regarded as the greatest StarCraft player of all time. In StarCraft 1, in StarCraft, I mean, I know he didn't dominate the world, but nobody's ever dominated as hard as Flash has in StarCraft 1 in StarCraft 2. That includes MVP, that includes Serral. The greatest gamer of all time. No one has gotten close to the level of play that this guy had. Got caught up in a scandal and had to opted, I should say, to step away. And here's what's crazy. It has been 4 years, or maybe 3.5 years, since he's played in any of the StarCraft 1 tournaments. Every season I casted, I thought it was going to be the last season of not having him, and then he would be back. And then every season would start up, and I would look at the list and go, oh, I guess he's still not playing. So as of this recording, we're in the middle of the round of 4 of SSL. SSL, by the way, previously known as ASL. They've rebranded it. That's always 2 seasons a year. So this means in the year 2025, we should be seeing Flash back here. Let's watch the video. This is from Jinjin's channel. He did subtitle it. I'm not going to talk through this. I'm going to play this once and then give you guys my full thoughts and my reaction to this afterwards.
안녕하세요, 이영우입니다. 먼저 이 영상을 찍기에 앞서 제 잘못으로 인해서 저를 좋아해 주셨던 팬분들께 죄송하다는 말씀을 드리고자 이 영상을 찍게 되었습니다. 여러 가지 좀 이유가 있었는데, 원래는 소집 해제 후에 바로 빠른 복귀를 하고 좀 사과를 드리려고 했는데, 제가 글로만 사과를 드려서 그때 이제 아버지가 교통사고가 너무 크게 나셔가지고 6개월 정도 제가 좀 할 수가 없는 상황이어가지고 뭐를 그랬었고요. 그리고 또 좀 사기도 당하고 그래가지고 계속 이렇게 늦어진 것 같아요. 예. 그냥 단순한 생각이었던 것 같아요. 공연을 가는데 뭐 이런 사업을 하려고 한다. 근데 제가 듣기로는 너무 유명한 기업들 얘기를 해서 뭐 맥도날드나 뭐 스타벅스나 이런 데로 다 들어간다, 그런 데서 결제할 수 있다, 이런 얘기를 단순히 이렇게만 들어서 그게 다였던 것 같아요. 그래서 이 정도 금액은 투자해도 괜찮겠다 싶어서 투자를 했는데 그냥 진짜 막연했던 것 같아요. 그 공익하는 기간 동안 그냥 돈을 넣으면, 사실 몇 년 넣으면 뭐 이게 돈이 좀 되겠지? 그냥 돈 벌 생각부터 한 것 같아요. 그래서 어쨌든 이 부분은 제가 무지해서 생긴 일이고 당연히 제 잘못이고, 그래서 다시 한번 죄송하다는 말씀 하고 싶어요. 이 부분은 당연히 제 잘못이고, 근데 그때 이제 상황 자체가 훈련소에 있다 보니까 어머니 통해서 다시 투자를 한 건데, 그때 이렇게 얘기를 했어야 되는데 좀 비겁하게 좀 어머니 핑계를 댄 것 같아요. 예, 그래서 제 잘못이라고 당연히 생각하고, 다시 생각을 해도 왜 그랬지 하면서 너무 후회스러운 그런 것 같아요. 예. 저도 지금도 왜 그렇게 올라가는지 좀 의문스럽긴 한데, 그냥 그때 당시에는 이제 2억이라고 제가 얘기를 했는데 2억이 맞고요. 계약서에도 2억으로 돼 있고, 오해가 너무 그 부분에 대해서는 있었던 건 사실이고, 거기서 이제 그걸 거짓말이라고 생각하시다 보니까 그냥 좀 더 안 좋게 보시고 더 뭐 브로커다 뭐 이런 얘기도 많았던 것 같은데, 그래서 제 돈 1억, 어머니 돈 1억 이렇게 해서 제 이름으로 투자를 했고요. 정확히 그거는 이제 계약서에서 확인해 보시면 될 것 같습니다. 추가로 브로커라는 말이 있는데, 저는 그와 관련해서 어떠한 수수료나 이득을 취하려고 한 적이 절대 없습니다. 아니요, 이득을 본 거는 이제 전혀 없고요. 오히려
I'm just pausing here for a second. For some perspective here. 200 million won is about $200,000. The won is weaker than the dollar, but like in my history of beating Korea, usually about 1,000 won is close to a dollar. Because I just realized you guys might not know the currency amount. So 100 million won, about $100,000. 200 million won, about $200,000. Closer to about 170K. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's a little bit weaker.
2억을 이제 투자를 제가 했었는데 엄마 돈 1억, 제 돈 1억. 근데 이제 그 돈을 사건이 터졌을 때 좀 투자금을 빼고 싶었어요. 그래서 이제 투자금을 빼달라 했는데 오히려 이제 돈을 빌려달라고 하더라고요. 돈을 이제 뭐 예를 들어 3천 빌려주면 2억을 줄 수 있다. 금방 뭐 3일 뒤에, 4일 뒤. 그러다 보면 이제 심리상 그 돈을 이제 제가 2억을 받을 수 있으니까 좀 빌려주고. 근데 그 돈이 이제 계속 그런 식으로 돈을 계속 빌려가지고 진짜 어느 순간 보니까 뭐 3억, 4억, 진짜 5억까지 진짜 어느 순간 가 있더라고요. 이제 돈도 진짜 없고 못 빌려준다라고 했는데 조금 이제 그때부터 공격적으로 톤이 변했어요. 그래서 조금 이제 그럼 나 진짜 못 준다라는 식으로 이제 조금 나와가지고 제가 10년 동안 적금 넣어놓은 거였는데 게이머 때부터 그것도 해지해서 조금씩 빌려줬던 것 같아요. 근데 또 이제 빌려오다 보니까 뭐 3천, 4천, 뭐 2천, 뭐 1,000 이런 식으로 계속 빌려주고 그리고 중간에는 이제 또 갚기도 했어요. 조금씩. 그럼 그 조금 주고 다시 또 빌려가요. 근데 이러다 보니까 계속 이 금액이 10억까지 쌓였고 진짜 그냥 저도 이제 벼랑 끝이라는 생각으로 고소해야겠다. 이거는 도저히 안 되겠다. 해서 고소하려고 할 때 물어봤어요. 그러니까 그 돈이 이제 사실은 다른 BJ들한테 먼저 갔고 왜 나는 안 줬냐라고 했을 때 저는 이제 공익을 하고 있다 보니까 방송도 못하는 거 알고 있었고 다른 사람들이 방송을 키면 그 사람이 이제 투자 받는 거에도 문제가 생기고 그러잖아요. 그래서 그랬다고 하더라고요. 그때 이제 너무 뭔가 그냥 멘탈이 너무 많이 무너져가지고 좀 진작에 방송도 하면서 좀 진작에 죄송하다고 말씀도 영상으로 드리고 글이 아닌 그렇게 했어야 되는데 너무 그냥 무너진 상태에서 몇 년을 살았던 것 같고요. 그래서 그 사람이 AI로 무슨 방송 킨 적이 있는데 L군의 돈으로 뭐 어쩌고저쩌고 돈을 줬다 BJ들한테. 그게 이제 L군이 저고요. 근데 저는 이제 지금도 그 돈을 못 받았고 그냥 이미 포기한 상황이에요. 그 돈은 받을 수 없다고 생각을 해서. 그래서 그렇게 이제 끌려다니느라 사과 방송도 진작에 할 수 있었는데 좀 그냥 멘탈이 아예 나가 있는 상태에서 몇 년을 보낸 것 같아요. 스타 실력 자체는 사실 아직 많이 부족한 상황이고요. 일단은 옛날에도 제가 좀 복귀해서 좀 다른 BJ들한테 많이 지면서 배웠기 때문에 열심히 하면서 진짜 지면서 배워야 될 것 같고 제가 뭐 향후 계획 같은 거는 그런 거 딱히 정해놓진 않았고 근데 뭐 대학 뭐 이런 것도 너무 하는 것도 너무 부러웠고요. 그냥 뭔가 재밌어 보였고 안 해본 거니까. 그리고 일단
Sorry, I'm just going to pause for a second. He mentioned the StarCraft University thing. There's a whole program right now. I think a lot of people don't know about this, where they're teaching young people how to play StarCraft. That's what he's talking about here with the SC University thing or SC Uni.
게임 방송하는 사람들이 너무 부러웠어요. 스타크래프트 방송하는 사람이 너무 부러웠고 제가 제일 잘하는 거를 몇 년 동안 못 해가지고 그게 좀 너무 안타까웠어요. 그러니까 너무 후회도 진짜 많이 했던 게 좀 제일 잘하는 건데 이거를 몇 년 동안 못 하다 보니까 좀 많이 깨달았던 것 같아요. 내가 진짜 뭐 좋아하고 잘하는 게 스타인데 뭘 부경을 누리겠다고 뭐 이런 어리석은 판단을 한 거지? 진짜 이런 생각을 진짜 너무 많이 하고 반성을 더 많이 하게 된 것 같고 앞으로는 그냥 항상 겸손한 자세로 뭔가 제가 잘하는 거 그냥 좀 즐겁게 하고 싶어요. 뭐 얼마나 열심히 해서 옛날처럼 잘할 수 있을지 모르겠지만 팬분들한테 한 번은 더 제가 진짜 잘하는 모습 보여드리고 싶어서 정말 열심히 해보고 싶어요. 이게 진작에 이렇게 영상으로 사과드렸어야 되는데 이렇게 늦게 사과드린 점 너무 죄송하고 정말 제 어리석은 판단으로 저를 믿어주시고 좋아해 주셨던 팬분들께 실망감 안겨줘서 너무 죄송하고 이거를 조금이라도 어떻게 좀 만회하려면 그냥 좋은 게임 보여드리는 것밖에 없다고 생각이 들어요. 그래서 정말 열심히 앞으로 그냥 겸손한 자세로 연습 열심히 해서 좋은 게임 보여드릴 수 있도록 하겠습니다. 다시 한번 죄송합니다.
First of all, I'm excited that he's back as a fan of StarCraft. Okay, obviously, and it's going to be cool to cast his games. He was streaming yesterday. I was watching his stream. I have to say, this is a weird way to apologize. This feels very overproduced, and I don't know. It has a I actually, as an example, I opened up Asmongold's video here, and you know, I'm sure many of you know, but this guy got in trouble for saying some pretty crazy stances on what's happening in Palestine and Israel right now. This is a great apology. Whatever you think of Asmongold, you know, he sat down. I think had a very good heartfelt apology. I felt like this felt very authentic. This is, I don't know, it's just odd with all these different camera angles, and there's like music edited in, which just feels kind of weird, but yeah, you know, this is the way he chose to do it. Culturally, I do feel like it is harder to be a celebrity in Korea than it is to be like a celebrity in America. As an example, there is not the same path to redemption culturally in Korea. I feel like it was worse like 10 years ago. I mean, there's a lot you could say about this. If you ever want to look up like the concept of guilt cultures versus the concept of shame cultures, it does feel like when you take an L socially in Korea, it's really tough to recover from that. They tend to be much less forgiving of their celebrities. Whereas, like, if you're in the U.S., scandals are kind of expected of celebrities. Like, people catch them in affairs, or they get addicted to drugs and have to go to rehab. So, I mean, it's got to be a challenging thing for him. This has, in Korea so far, been met with mixed responses. And so it's interesting here. That's unfortunate that he got scammed. I do feel like, in my own experience of living here, there's always a lot of money problems people have in Korea. I think there's more of a... It's a very trust-oriented society, which means I think people get exploited a little bit more easily. People are more willing to lend money to each other. I know that was one of the kind of culture shocks I had. And I might be wrong about this just because... So I moved to Korea when I was 23. And in other words, I was basically here for my whole adult life. I was on a college campus before that, right? I wouldn't count that as the real world, right? That's kind of a microcosm. But I do remember being a bit surprised by how much Koreans let each other borrow money or lended each other money. I don't have much more to add to that, but it's a thing. And I know there's pro gamers, a lot of times they get in trouble, whether it's gambling or borrowing money or spending. So yeah, this is another case of that. I don't know if he directly addresses all this. I don't even know the specifics that well of the scandal itself. It's like he promoted a coin or a cryptocurrency that then tanked later, and it seems like he might have been scammed with it. One thing about the money that's been stolen, I've just been curious about this in general because cryptocurrency is just going to keep getting kind of more ubiquitous in years to come. But if it's on blockchain, is there a way they can like trace that and follow that? Because generally it's all on a ledger that you can kind of follow. So yeah, it's going to be I don't know. It's a sad situation, but the cool news is that he's back. And I'm sure he can recoup the money pretty quickly. When he was streaming, when I was watching the other day, I think he had like 8K people watching, which, if you can think of what you would imagine an 8K streamer, what they can make, they do extremely well. So I think he can recover to that. It is unfortunate that there have been so many scandals with pro gamers, all the way going back to like the match fixing scandal, like with Savior way back in the day. You can make good money now just streaming, So, look, it's cool that he's back. It's sad that he got screwed over. I don't think that he is going to face too many more headwinds as far as like being able to stream or being able to play in SSL. So yeah, crazy to see that he's back. Maybe not the best way to apologize with an overly edited video, but obviously he's a flawed person. And I'm looking forward to next year and seeing what kind of first of all, can he actually be on top? This is a lot of time to take off, and the game has changed a lot. And Flash certainly had moments where he looked untouchable, but there were definitely seasons where he had to work to get there. As of this recording, we're in the round of 4. I haven't even recorded day 1 of the round of 4. But, you know, if Sulky wins this season, he will have won 3 ASL or SSLs in a row. He will have won 3 Star Leagues in a row, which is historic, and that could be a very cool narrative. You know, Flash versus Sulky. Can Flash come out and win again? Because since StarCraft Remastered coming out, we've had some really exciting moments with Flash. You know, he's overall been dominant, but at the same time, you know, people are continuing to get better. People are continuing to improve. I think we're in a really interesting state of the meta here for StarCraft. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me as we reacted to Flash's apology video. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm curious. Let me know what you think about the whole thing. Go to tastelessthreads.com. That's my merch site where you can get this Tasteosis shirt that we got here, as well as a bunch of other stuff. And feel free to join me on my stream. We've been playing a whole bunch of StarCraft 1 ladder games right now. We're also doing some scary Halloween-themed games. You know what I mean. Scary games for the Halloween theme. Have a good one. I will see you in a future video.